Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new lesson in the CSS Animations, Transitions, and Transforms course. In this lesson, we're going to create this nice button hover effect. You can see our button has 4 long borders around it. They don't have the same height or width as the button. Instead, the borders on the left and right have larger heights, and the borders on the top and bottoms have larger widths. We will learn how to do that. Another thing is the borders at the top and left have a red color, while the borders on the bottom and right have a yellow color, as you can see. And when we hover over the button, you can see the borders exchange places. The top red border moves to the bottom, and the bottom yellow one moves to the top, taking its place, while the red left border moves to the right, and the yellow right border moves to the left. So they're just changing positions. So let's see how we can create this effect. First of all, I will go to my HTML and add an anchor tag and just say hover me. Then I will go to my CSS to style it. I will target the anchor tag, and I will start by adding text decoration. None to remove the underlines. Then I will add text transform, uppercase to make all the letters capitals. Then font size, 22 pixels to make the text a little bit bigger so that we can see it. And font family, Verdana, letter spacing, 3 pixels to have some spacing between the letters. Okay, now I will add height, 80 pixels, width, 200 pixels. And in order to center the text horizontally and vertically, we will add line height, 60 pixels to center it vertically, and text align, center to center it horizontally. And let's change the text color. We will go here and add color, this nice yellow color. Then finally, I will add position, relative. Cool. Now, in order to see what we're doing, let's add a temporary border to our button. I will go right here and add border, 2 pixels, solid, blue. Okay, so now we want to work on the long borders we saw in our demo and figure out how to create them. We will work step by step together in order to understand how they're created. First of all, to create the left and right borders, I will use the before pseudo element. I will just go right here and say before, and I will add content, empty string, position, absolute, height, 60 pixels, width, 200 pixels, top, 0, and left, 0 as well. Notice those are the same width and height of our link. So until now, the before pseudo element has exactly the same size as the link, and it's sitting on top of it. Okay, we said that we will use the before pseudo element to create the left and right borders. So I will add border left, 2 pixels, solid, red, and border right, 2 pixels, solid, our yellow color. So now you can see we have a new left red border and a new right yellow one. And we can hardly see them because they're sitting on top of the original blue border that surrounds the button. And that is because the before pseudo element has the same height and width as the button. So in order to make these two new borders longer, let's change the height of the before pseudo element. Let's change it to 90 pixels, for example. And now you can see the left and right borders are now longer and extending past the button height because they're surrounding the before pseudo element, which has a height of 90 pixels, while the button has a height of only 60 pixels. So they're 30 pixels longer than the button height. Okay, but now we want to shift these two borders to the top. We don't want them to be longer at the bottom, but also at the top with equal spaces. We can do that easily, no problem, by going right here and changing top to -15 pixels. So this will shift the before pseudo element to the top by 15 pixels, and the borders will be shifted as well. Okay, now let's create the top and bottom borders. We will use the after pseudo element to create them. So I will say A:after, and I will add content, empty as well, position, absolute, height, 60 pixels, the same as the button, and width, 230 pixels this time, not 200 pixels like the link, because the top and bottom borders of the after pseudo element will be longer than the width of the button by 15 pixels on the left and 15 pixels on the right. Then we will add top, 0, and left, 0 for now. Then border top, 2 pixels, solid, red, and border bottom, 2 pixels, solid, yellow. So now you can see we have the top and bottom borders, and they're longer than the width of the button by 30 pixels. So now we want to shift the borders back to the left. So I will go here and change left to -15 pixels instead of 0. Awesome! Now we don't need the blue border anymore, so I will go right here and remove it. Cool! Now we need to work on the hover effect. Remember, when we hover over the link, we want the borders to change their places. The top red one will be at the bottom, and the left red one will be at the right. This can be done really easily. I will just go here in my CSS and add A, and when hovering over it, I will make some changes happen to the before pseudo element, which represents the left and right borders. I will add transform, rotate Y. So this will make the before pseudo element rotate on the y-axis by 180 degrees, meaning it will make it flip on the y-axis. And in order for this change to happen smoothly, I will go up here inside the before pseudo element, and I will add transition, all, 1 second. So now, when I go and hover over the link, you can see the before pseudo element rotates on the y-axis by 180 degrees, making the borders exchange their position exactly the way we want. Cool! Now, let's do that for the top and bottom borders. I will copy that block of code, paste it again, and change before to after, and rotate Y to rotate X. Then go up here in the after pseudo element and add transition, all, 1 second. And here we go. The top and bottom borders are changing their places as well, giving us this really nice effect. And we can make it even nicer by adding some delay to the after pseudo element, for example. So if I go here and add transition delay, 0.2 seconds, you can see the top and bottom borders wait 0.2 seconds and then start moving. We can also get another nice effect. We can make the top and bottom borders move only after the left and right one finish moving. So I will go here inside the before pseudo element and change the transition duration to only 0.4 seconds instead of 1 second. And I will do the same for the after pseudo element. And also, we will change the transition delay to 0.4 seconds instead of 0.2. So, by doing this, the top and bottom borders will start moving only after the left and right ones finish moving, giving us this cool new effect.